Hello, everybody. Hope everybody is having a great day. I was actually just tidying up the clinic in between patients, and I was vacuuming, and I just got this inspiration to kind of come on here and talk about getting to the root cause of your symptoms. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Heather. I am an occupational therapist and a certified hand therapist, and I help people recover from injuries in the upper extremity, and I do this in a holistic nature. And when I say holistic, I really look at getting to the root cause of your symptoms. And there's so many factors that are involved when we have an injury, whether it be a traumatic injury or whether it be more of a repetitive strain, kind of muscle strain injury. They each have their own set of things that need to be healed. But it's really important to not just stick a Band-Aid on the symptoms. And in this day and age in healthcare, it's all about treating the symptoms as quickly as you can. So that usually entails an injection, medication, rest, or treating just one muscle and, get that pain out of that muscle and then go on your way. It's very rare that people take the time to slow down, step back, and analyze and sit with you and talk with you and figure out, okay, what are you doing that is contributing to the symptom in the first place that caused it in the first place? Now, obviously, if you trip and fall and you break your wrist, that's a whole nother story. But there are reasons why that happens too, because sometimes we're racing around and we're stressed out, and that's a whole nother shebang. And there's lots of other things that need to be healed when you are dealing with trauma as well. So think about the things that you're doing and think about the way that you're working. Think about how, if you work at a desk, how are you set up at your desk? Think about if you're doing manual labor, what is your posture like when you're doing that manual labor? I can tell you that for those of you that don't know, my first degree was in music performance. I had injuries. I had to stop playing. So when I now look back at the things that I was doing, and nobody told me any of this back then, but I look at how I was playing and the things that I was doing, and I can see so many things that were contributing factors. It was the way I was holding my instrument. It was the tension that I was using when I was playing my instrument. It was the way that I was standing. It was the other things that I was doing at the same time. I was doing a lot of computer work at the same time. So that was contributing factor because I wasn't ergonomically correct. There was stress that was involved as a musician. You strive for this perfection. There's fear that's involved because, it's such a competitive field. You worry, am I gonna make it? So you have all these things that are contributing factors. And then when stressful events occur too, that energy comes into our body, and if we don't get rid of it, it can stay. And over time, that chronic stress can lead to tissue issues. So if you just think about when you get stressed out, what happens? You tighten your muscles. The other day, my daughter and I got into a little argument, which many people know, I'm sure, is not abnormal for dealing with teenagers. And I just was not feeling right. And I stopped and I sat and I thought, I was like, oh, all the tension was in my left-hand side. So all that stress and that energy of arguing with her came into my left side, and I was contracting all the muscles. I was literally just guarding those muscles. So I stepped back, I stopped, I released that. And then, I checked in every so often. So all of these things can be contributing factors. So if you have an injury, are you guarding? Are you contracting those muscles? Are there other things that you're doing that are contributing to it and then maybe exacerbating the symptoms or preventing them from getting better? So my challenge to you is to really sit back and analyze all the things in your life that may be contributing to your injury, or things that you want to do to prevent an injury in the first place. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I'd love to hear stories and chat with people. So let me know. All right. I hope you guys have a great day.